It's very expressive, first and foremost. He composed it, he was already a mature person. And I find that with his later works, and particularly with this concerto, he really composed very free. He was very free. He's really, so the piece is, first of all, it's singing a lot. It's also telling a lot. It's a very rhetoric piece, and also the form is very free. So sometimes it's a bit puzzling because it's like almost in 8 short parts which are related and everything. So it's like, it's again, I appreciate the freedom of it, the singing quality, the very expressive quality, and yet all of this in a very French flair. So the orchestration, you can see that he's a French composer. There is definitely some kind of inspiration of parenthood from Ravel, Messiaen, all this type of orchestration.
He did study with Messiaen, but also with Stockhausen in Darmstadt, and he worked together with Boulez. Do you hear all these influences too in this piece?
Yes, I think you can hear the background of Gilbert. That's what I find interesting, particularly again in this concerto, that there is, you can see that he worked with, quite brainy persons, and in a time where anyway, at least in France, brain was, the thing, so directly after the war and of course the serialism and Boulez and everything. So there is that quality, but like Stockhausen, also he was very brainy, and yet he had a very mystical side. So Gilbert doesn't have that. He's not mystical, but apart from the word, from the concept and everything, again, I think there is something that, even something one could hear some Dutilleux, I find, a little bit in his music.
How do you see the relation between the orchestra and your instrument?
Yes, that's also again a very French thing. I think that you have a main line, the solo line, which is quite continuous. I play almost all the time. And the orchestra very often is used as a resonance body of the cello, so like a prolongation of the cello. And this working on resonance that's really very French. That's what Boulez does a lot. You name Stockhausen, and so many French composers did this. So it's definitely quite typical Français.